Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. We've had a bit of a break, but we're back. And we've had some editing nightmares, but we're still in the Europa League. We're going to bloody win it, hopefully. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to NK Maribor Save. I am Coach Leffert and it's a pleasure to have you with me. As you can see, that's a great start. As you can see, we're still playing Hertha Berlin. We have the second leg coming up. We won the first leg 2-0, but we start on this page for one reason and one reason only. Sam Leftfoot has the best pass completion out of anyone in my team. I find that really, really good. Really good. My boy, my son, has the best pass completion out of everybody in the team with a whopping 88%. Very, very good for the boy. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. We'll go through it and see what we've done. We were last together for the Zagreb game, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's what we did last. We won that 3-0 and 1-0. We beat Versej 6-3. Goal scorers galore. Lots of people scoring goals. We beat Triglav 2-1. We beat Hertha Berlin 2-0 away from home. Now, I did record this one, but it didn't work. It crashed the recording software. I thought it recorded it correctly. It hadn't. But we'll have a look at the goals right now, just so you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Centre back got man of the match, Ricardo. He had a very good game. They were very useful, Hertha Berlin, I think is a good way to describe them. We didn't completely dominate the game, but we did manage to keep them out. The first goal was scored by Aitama. So Cespedes put in Cardos. Cardos crossed it in. Aitama was at the back post for a free header. Nodded it past the goalkeeper. It was a very good goal. It's still saying this debut first goal of the season nonsense. I still have no idea why. The second goal was scored by Santiago Lopez. Throw in. Cardos flicks it back to Cespedes. Lopez is there. Fires it in on his left foot into the top corner. We got a 2-0 away win, putting us in a good, comfortable position for the second leg in Slovenia. After that, we drew 0-0 with NK Domžale. We're still sometimes struggle when we get back from Europe, but the big game is today. We play Hertha Berlin. This is a place for the quarter-finals of the Europa League. If we look at the Europa League, we will see there aren't that many big teams still in it. Atletico Madrid drew 0-0, they're still in it. Olympique Lyonnais, Inter, Milan, Porto and Chelsea, they're the biggest teams. Newcastle will be the concern because of their main striker. Marty McFly, our ex-player, is having fun at Newcastle, scoring all sorts of goals. He's going to be tough to play against. This season alone, he's got 14 in 13 games in the Europa League. A very, very good return from the striker. You'll also notice I've got a new TV behind me. The wall has changed colour. It's now white. My man room is coming along nicely. When it's all completely finished, I'll give you a little tour if I can, using the camera. Anyway, I've blabbered enough. I don't think there's anything else I really need to go into. We will crack on and play Hertha Berlin in the second leg of the Europa League second knockout round. Now, I've been practicing that and I'm glad I got it right. See you at kickoff. So this is how we line up to face Hertha Berlin at home. We stick with the 4-1-2-3-1. No, that's too many players. 4-1-2-2-1. Bacola is in goal. Coates, Ricardo, Pavlin and Tapia at the back four. Luis Carlos, Lopez and Mustafa sit in midfield. Cespedes on the right, Aitama on the left and Hamzabegovic up front. On the bench we have Big Mac, Landers, Lovric, Cardos, Camargo, Takacs and Radford. It's an interesting... I've got a mix. I've got a mix of attacking and defensive on the bench, as any good bench should. But you'll notice we've got Radford and Cardos, so we can change the two up front if we need to, if Hamzabegovic isn't playing very well. Takacs for the hold midfield, Camargo as a centre-back, Lovric for a centre midfielder and Landers to cover the full-back positions. A pretty good bench. They line up in a 4-2-3-1. It's the same formation that we beat them with that were playing last time. They have mixed things up a little bit. They've got some very good players. We'll just have to hope we keep them quiet. The team talk has gone very well indeed, and we have really got green all across the board with that team talk. So I'm hoping for a good positive start from the guys as we go into this game with a good 2-0 win. And I'm just going to get comfortable, so excuse the chair making a lot of noise. But really, we've just got to keep this ticking over, keep going. We could do with, what could we do with Vitória, the setter ball, getting a goal. That would be useful to knock Atletico Madrid out. Lopez is there. Oh, straight into the wanting arms of Prinz, the goalkeeper for Hertha Berlin. And I'm hoping now that we'll get back into a bit of a routine and have a daily video. If there's ever going to be any issues, I'll let you know on Twitter when a video's not coming out. Follow me at CulturedF on Twitter. I don't talk very much on there. It's mainly just about my videos and when they're coming out and what problems we've got. Hamsbergovic has picked up a little knock. We'll see what that is in a minute. And it comes to Lopez. Mustafa is in. Back to Coates. Oh, he was offside anyway, but his shot went wide. And it's a positive start. He's got a head injury. He can play on with that. Hamsbergovic, he fires his free kick over the bar. Maybe if he could see correctly without double vision, it may have gone in. But it's a good start. And in fact, I'm pretty sure we're on extended. We are on extended and we've flown through to half-time. And Mark Clattenburg is the referee. I'm going to tell them to keep it going. I think we're doing pretty well. And then we'll go for lots more to come. Lots more to come. Lots more to come. I'm not going to change anything. A 0-0 draw suits us wonderfully well. And that's really what we've just got to keep playing for. I'm not out to win this game. We are playing our attacking formation. But really, a draw is perfectly fine. 0-0 is fine. It gets us through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, which would be a fantastic achievement. And again, I think this is a good year where we could win it. Porto have gone 1-0 up against Milan. Olympique Lyonnais appear to be going through against Inter, because I think that makes that 4-1 on aggregate. As Mulic picks it up out to Weber. Weber ball in. Bacolo makes a very good catch. And it's been a very even game. No real chances for either team. We've had one half chance. They've had a couple more shots, but they appear to be piling on the pressure as Umaduram shoots. Bacola turns it wide. And Porto have gone 3-0 up, so they are really dominating that game. And Atletico Madrid have scored, but it hasn't registered actually on the score sheet yet. So Gallo comes forward, look for all in. Bacolo communicates well with Pavlin, and then just hoofs it up the pitch to Hamsbergovic, who can't bring it down. He loses it. And that is very bizarre. That is there we go, 1-0, it has changed. As Hamsbergovic picks up the headed clearance, Luis Carlos shoots, it's deflected. Tapia picks it up out to Mustafa. Mustafa crosses blocked, and can Hertha Berlin launch a counter-attack? We should have enough people back to deal with it. Tapia makes a very good sliding challenge. It goes out for a throw-in, and I think we're going to make a sub. In fact, I don't think it. I know we are. We're going to bring... Itama's not having the best game. Let's try Paul Radford out there. He can play attacking midfield right, so hopefully he can play on the left and be like an inside forward. Other than that, everybody else is doing okay. Luis Carlos, we'll have to keep an eye on his average rating. We have got Takacs on the bench who can come into that holding midfield role. And generally, it's going pretty well. Let me know down below, do you think we're going to win this Europa League as Radford shoots into the arms of Prinz again? Do you think we could win this Europa League? Is this going to be our season? Do you think we've got what it takes? And out of all these teams here, which is the ideal tie? As Newcastle are 2-0 down to Leipzig. That's very interesting. I mean, we're definitely going to get Chelsea or Atletico Madrid in the next round, because that's who we always draw. But Luis Carlos to Ricardo, up to Lopez. Bit of space for Cespedes. He finds him. He's tackled well. Carlos picks it up to Radford. Can he put a ball through? Shoots. It's deflected wide for a corner. And we're starting just to turn the screw ever so slightly. We're starting to just, dominate the game, have much more possession. We're getting more shots off. We've created another half chance. I'm very pleased with the performance, to be fair. The guys have done what we've needed to. As Lopez comes forward, he's tackled well, but Coates picks it up. Into Lopez again. Bit of space. Radford's there. Poor shot. Into the arms of Prinz. I just think winning the Europa League would be absolutely wonderful for our reputation. It's the sort of bump we need, as Alex Carlos is going to come on for Hamsbergovic. No pressure in this game for Carlos, really. It's just that we need a big bump in reputation so that we can just afford these players and get the Slovenian leagues up the coefficient, get them more TV money so the other guys can actually compete in Europe. Because that's where they're floundering at the moment, is... Now we've got into that top 10 spot, we've got more qualification places for Europe. But the teams that we've got, like, oh, Carlos is in, he shoots, he scores. Wow, that's interrupted my story. But Carlos has made it 3-0 on aggregate, and we are cruising into the quarterfinals. Mustafa with a lovely ball up to Carlos, one touch. Sort of got tackled, stumbled, but then beat Mazza back to the ball with his good strength and fired it past Prinz in goal, who had absolutely no chance. But... So what I was saying is that the going back to my point, the Slovenian teams that are getting through with us into Europe are just perform so badly they actually hinder our coefficient. And it's very, very annoying. So we need big TV money or their prize money to kick in so they actually go out and buy players. But as we all know, the AI isn't very good at buying football players on Football Manager. It really struggles to comprehend, this guy's available, so I could go and get him and then move the wage budget over and even out the finances that way. It just doesn't happen. As Gazer fires wide, Bacola seems to have it covered. They've gone defensive. They're not involved in this game anymore. They've given up. It looks like it's going to be Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club, I think we're winning anyway, Porto, us, Olympique Lyonnais. Martin McFly's got another goal in the Europa League. Is that going to be enough for Newcastle? I can't remember. Shakhtar 2, Chelsea 2. That's an interesting result, that one. I can't remember what happened in the first leg there. And Vitória de Guimarães, I think that one is 3-1 up against Montpellier. So we'll have to see. Some interesting teams that look like they're going through. As we tick down into the final minute, Ricardo brings it forward. And yeah, we're doing alright. Mustafa gets it, turns, finds Radford. There it is, game over. It's a 1-0 win. We are through to the Europa League quarter-finals. And this is very, very good. We'll do the draw and we'll see how it goes. Let's see who came through with us. So, Hamzagovic is injured. Use the club doctor. That's fine. Use the club doctor. We're given that. Who came through with us? So, coming through, all the teams that started away, it would seem like. That's interesting. Leipzig, Vitória de Guimarães, Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club, Olympique Lyonnais, us, FC Porto and Shakhtar winning 6-5 on aggregate against Chelsea. That is crazy. I think out of all of them, I've really got to fancy myself against Vitória de Guimarães because I don't think they've got any... Oh, they do have lots of proper players, so why isn't there... They don't have a captain, a vice-captain or a hot prospect. But their key player, Marco Rivera, is only a 24-year-old Colombian who looks pretty damn good, to be honest. But that's the tie I want. And a team that we've never played before in this series. So the tie I want is Vitória de Guimarães. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Atletico Madrid or Porto, because they're the teams we've played most regularly in this series. And Football Manager seems to have a way of doing that. But let's go on to it. I'll do that. Send the assistant. Pedersen can go to that press conference. We'll just have a look at this and make sure it is. Everyone that had their second leg at home has gone through to the quarterfinal. So Pedersen was happy with the outcome. Their manager, he would be a good signing, obviously. He is interested in the transfer. Okay, let's scout him till we've got full knowledge. How do you feel about unprofessional behaviour? I've cringed at it reading back my free match game from. Sod it. I probably didn't want to say that, but what can you do? Tapia's coming up. When is the draw? It is later on today. So we'll get to the draw and I'll see you there. And here we are, back at the draw stage. As we said, we'll go through the teams very quickly. Some of them are behind my head. Okay, so I'm now in a very unorthodox position in this save, but these are the clubs we have to be drawn. Athletic Club from Spain, Atletico Madrid from Spain, Porto from Portugal, us from Slovenia, or NK Maribor from Slovenia, Olympique Lyonnais from France, Red Bull Leipzig from Germany, Shakhtar from the Ukraine, and Vitória de Guimarães from Portugal. Let's crack on with it. Automatic draw. Give us a good one. Come on. Semi-finals, hopefully we can get there. Who is first out of the hat? It's Olympique Lyonnais, our first out of the hat, playing Vitória de Guimarães. That's who we wanted. Leipzig are at home to Atletico Madrid. Athletic Club are going to be at home to NK Maribor. So we're playing Athletic Club. FC Porto will be playing Shakhtar Donetsk. So not an impossible tie. It's not impossible. It's decent. It is decent. Athletic Club have finished runners-up on 2 occasions. Okay, so they've got a bit more prestige in this than us. If we check them out, key player Aitor Garcia, yeah, looks pretty handy. He's only 19 and he's their key player. We'll give him a scout as well. Juan Carlos is vice captain. He looks pretty good, pretty damn good as well. And Juan Carlos Sansteban, I recognise that name. I really recognise that name. Juventus maybe. That might be where I recognise him from. Playing against them at Juventus. We probably played Juventus around that time. But they look okay. They're managed by Christian Panucci, ex-Italian international. But, yeah, 4th in La Liga. They're having a very good season. Sevilla aren't. Valencia aren't having the best of seasons either. But, yeah, it's going to be an interesting tie. So, how does it fit into our schedule? It is... Well, just before the game against Ruda Valengi, they get sandwiched in between the Athletic Club sandwich. Club sandwich, see what I did there? Athletic Club sandwich. Anyway, that's what we'll be back for. We'll be back for the first leg of the Europa League quarter-finals. We're there again. This is the hurdle we've just got to get over. But we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. There'll be Football Manager content pretty much daily. And I'll chat to you all very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. I'm out.